In the last video, we had a look at some of the negative reviews of The Last of Us. So in today's video, we'll talk with fun to the opposite and look at some of the positive reviews. If you're interested in the last video, you can check it out down below. Anyway, let's jump straight into this video. Consider this one of the greatest narrative games of the decade. Excellent storytelling that runs with great gameplay and atmosphere with a plot that is rarely used in a lot of games. I agree, The Last of Us is genuinely one of the most unique zombie apocalypse stuff out there. In simple terms, the perfect story of a bonding and troubled man taking care of someone who he would later see as his daughter. I genuinely agree. I think by the end of the game and in The Last of Us 2, Joel sees Ellie as his daughter, because obviously, spoilers, his daughter dies at the very beginning of the game, and I genuinely see that relationship in both of them, and it's really nice to see it grow over the entire course of the game. It was awesome, but his daughter dies, and that was a bit morbid, gang. Good game though. I picked this one because I just thought it was funny. I just, not much to say, but the game is good, and the daughter is dying. It's a bit morbid. A masterpiece in gameplay and storytelling, and Ellie is a badass. I genuinely agree, especially in The Last of Us 2. Not gonna lie, I partly said that just to annoy some people because I know how people actually think about The Last of Us Part 2. My opinion, it's a good game. Of course, Joel died, if you didn't know, but it needed to happen for the second game to actually happen in the first place. And I think people need to get over that a little bit and see that it is a pretty good game. I don't think The Last of Us 2 will ever beat the first one, personally, but I do think it's a very good game, and Ellie is just a badass. The most unique video game of all time. I don't think I would necessarily say that The Last of Us is the most unique video game of all time. I wouldn't give it that title. But again, going to like apocalyptic and zombies, The Last of Us, in my opinion, just has that top title, and it has to. With the cordyceps fungus actually being a real fungus that infects insects and ants around the world and actually takes over the brain and pretty much does what the game is doing. Its sole purpose is to reproduce. Taking that and putting it into an actual human game and having it as zombies is just so unique, and I don't think any other game or movie or anything like that did anything close to it. And most played game before one dies. I agree, especially with this game being on my recently played list just like 2 weeks ago. I genuinely just got a PlayStation a few months ago, so I never actually had the opportunity of playing the game myself. I watched pretty much most of it, but playing it for the first time, the game is just phenomenal. It's just fantastic. If you have a PlayStation, please just buy it if you haven't actually already, because it is so good. Even if you're worrying about the spoilers that you might get for The Last of Us show, maybe you haven't actually seen the game, just do yourself a favour and actually buy it. After bawling my eyes out in the first few minutes, I knew I was in for a ride. Don't know why I left it so long to play this game. Even at 6 years old, it's one of the best games and stories I've ever experienced in over 30 years. I'm just going to say it, for The Last of Us HBO series, I'm not ready for some scenes that's about to come up. Episode 3, still recovering, but it's just going to get so much more emotional. Like, oh my god, if that's what they did with episode 3, I don't even want to see the end of it. I'm just, literally, it's going to be so good. I just cannot wait for it. This is one hell of a game, to be honest. I've played it so many times. The story is amazing and emotional. The combat is great. The graphics are insane for the game's release back in 2013. Do yourself a favour and buy this masterpiece. Genuinely cannot believe that I said all that in one take. You should see the unedited version of these videos. I'm just like stumbling over every single last word. I did that in one take. Damn. You have to give the video a like just for that. But no, genuinely. Again, I agree. This game is great, especially for its release. Like, the graphics are genuinely good, and once you actually get into the game, in my opinion, you just get better. At the beginning, it's a bit iffy, but once you actually get into it and out into the wilderness, it's just way better. I don't really sit here and replay games, but I genuinely think this is a game that I'm going to replay eventually. I just had to finish it like 2 weeks ago, so not right now, but I definitely think this is going to be on the list of games that I come back to every few years because it's just that good. Well, that is the end of that video. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, let me know in the comment section below, because this was a lot of fun to do. If you want different games or just more Last of Us stuff, let me know. I'll happily do it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go there. Peace.